Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Get Ready With Me. Today we are tackling cream products for oily skin. And I have here a bunch of new and tried and true products to use. And I have oily skin. It's getting better. If you want to know more, check out my monthly roundup from March. I talk a little bit about what's actually really helping my skin and my oil stay at bay. I've had, this is my skin at, 2 o'clock in the afternoon after doing my skincare at 8. And usually I'd be way more shiny. And I think it's actually doing quite well. But I'm gonna use all cream products today and show you how I do my makeup for that. Eyeshadow will be a little bit of powder, but I have a new palette that I've shown you in my haul, and I wanna use this one as well. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with my eyes today. I'm using a cream eyeshadow. This is Supreme by Nabla Cosmetics. I think this may have been discontinued. It's a beautiful, shimmery red, and I still have it and I never use it. I was discussing it in my declutter series at the beginning of the year, how I never ever use cream eyeshadows and I should use them more. So here I am using more cream eyeshadows. And I think they actually work very well in a moment in which you just want a little bit of color on your eyes, or you want some intense color on your eyes. So they're both good for both, I find. So you can either maybe with a more neutral tone just blend some on your eyes and into your crease and be done, or you can use it like I'll be using it now to make colors pop as a sticky base. The problem I usually have with these is that they are not as long lasting as a primer, an eyeshadow primer, so they crease a little bit sooner on me. But even that you can fix by applying the eyeshadow primer underneath. So usually that works well enough for me. After applying Supreme, I'll go in with my new Natasha Denona Cranberry palette. And I will start with the red matte shade in the crease to blend out the cream shade and give even more redness. And red is such a difficult color, I find. Often enough, this one included, it actually can pull quite pink. And I personally don't like that. I like my red to be red, not pink. So it's very difficult. It really depends on what you're pairing with it. I'm taking my favorite Nabla blush to just blend the edges. Is it? I think I got the wrong. This is the soft crease. My favorite is the Precision shader, actually. So I'm taking that one now to blend in the crease. And as I mentioned in my haul, I like this palette, the Cranberry palette. I bought it secondhand from a girl who was selling it here in the Netherlands, so it was quite a short distance, and I don't know, I like the palette. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just not that special, again, not for the price that it is, especially full price. I think it's like 50 euros or 40 something euros, and I understand that there's a lot of product in here, but it could have been a mini, and I'm happy that since then Natasha Denona has been doing more minis. And I don't know, I think the idea is there's less money up front that goes out, so I prefer that to these really big palettes. To deepen my crease, I will take this aubergine eggplant shade and apply it on my outer corner. And I think this is usually the step that pulls the most pink out of all of my red shades. But this is what is in this palette right here, so that's kind of what we're gonna go for. And I don't know, I like the color combination. It's both very fall, but the shimmers are very spring-like as well. So I like that a lot. On the lid, I'm going to apply with my fingers this pink duochrome shifty eyeshadow. And it is really beautiful. I'm gonna concentrate it on the inner half of my lid because I want to apply the other one on the rest of the eye. And I don't even need a sticky base for this. Like this is just on dry finger on the dried up by now cream eyeshadow. And then with another finger, I'm taking the orangey shade here and applying that in the center of my lid. And one of the reasons why I am a little bit doubtful of this palette and how excited I am for it is that it looks very similar, or at least the looks that you can create are very similar to those with the Nabla Cutie Coral palette, which I don't have, but I have ordered and it's waiting for me in Italy. And once the whole situation calms down a little bit and shipments and couriers work normally again, I would like to get. But yeah, then I am afraid that this one here will be a double. I'm taking a Makeup Geek liner. This is Plumeria. I think they stopped with these liners, or they're reformulating them or repackaging them because they're not on their website for now. There's only like a regular simple colors, or not neutral colors, not simple, but neutral colors. Whereas I really like, I have this one that is more of a plummy shade, and I have the mint green one. They're really, really good. Now for brows, I was combing them and I'm not talking. I recently did my lamination again. It's a brow perm, let's say, the same way they do the brow, the eyelash lift, you can also do the brow lift. And I bought a kit to do at home, and you can see that these now stay like this. If I leave them, they stay like this. The reason why they're usually, they were different before is that when I wash my face, then I move them around. But it's really nice because they stay in place. And when I brush them up, they don't really move during the day. And I can easily see where I have some holes and fill them in gently with my brow pomade. And let's talk about that hole. This is in my project pan if you are new here, and I've been working on it now since 2018, pretty much of daily use, and I've only just hit pan. So it's the pan that is in there, the hole is a big proud moment for me. But since I do my brow lamination at home, I need to fill in my brows much less. Like I can do just a few little strokes here and there, as you see, and I don't need to fill in much, and I like it very much. It makes everything a little bit faster. Of course, once every that many weeks. I don't know how much it lasted me last time, not very long. But once in a while I have to go back in and redo the process, which I have to say, in this last time, I have a full tutorial on how to do it at home, and I'll link it here in the cards. But this last time I did it, I didn't have any burning sensation or like any problems on my skin in application, but my eyes were a bit sensitive for 1 or 2 days after. So I don't know if it's related, of course, but I wanted to update you in case you have seen that first time that I did it on my channel. So these are my brows, and they will stay like this by themselves. I want to move on to foundation, and in my project pan, if you saw that video, I switched out my foundation to the Nabla Close-Up foundation because it's a mini and I want to finish it before it goes bad. So this one right here is a little bit darker, or it dries a little bit darker than my current skin tone. And because you can see it goes on quite correctly, the right color, the right tone, but it dries a bit darker, so I really see it compared to my neck. Oh, I have some peeling here from my retinol. Interesting. I never saw peeling there, but I guess it's working. I've been using the different gel I mentioned in my favorites, and apparently nowadays I've been also dragging it down my neck, and that has meant that my neck skin is regenerating faster, and now I have some dryness there or some flaking there, but it will go away as long as I keep remembering to bring my retinol down my neck. That's not officially what you should do though, I think. It's just has a little bit of a different, let's say, recommendations than actual prescription retinol. It's less traumatic, let's say, on the skin. So of that little squirt, I still have quite a bit left, but I'm happy with the coverage right now. And as you can see, like, the difference with my neck here is actually getting worse and worse as the foundation dries, but I'm gonna use it nevertheless. I really like the finish of it, but if you look close up, it doesn't really sit perfectly on my skin in certain spots, especially my nose. It doesn't look really, really beautiful. I'm using my Fit Me concealer. I was just talking about how I haven't been using this enough. So since this is a little bit darker than the other concealer I have in my project pan, I decided to use it and just supplementing the foundation. And I really like this concealer. It has the right amount of coverage for me and it lasts well. I don't mind. The packaging is nice with the wand. I'm having hard time to reach the bottom of it, but for the rest. It is though like higher coverage than my Age Rewind concealer that I'm using now for a while, so I can really tell that I have concealer now on. But yeah, I think for some people that's actually the point. For me, I'm really going away from the idea of wearing visible makeup somehow, or she says with the red and pink eyeshadow on my skin, I mean. I like to see my blush, I like to see my eyeshadow, but I don't like to see my foundation or my concealer or my powder or anything. Now, I think the most important part of having a cream makeup with an oily skin is to set the parts that are the most oily for you. I am using my Neve Cosmetics Drama Matte Powder, which is a translucent powder, and in this case, smaller brush. This is the Nabla Precision Powder Brush, and really only applying the powder where I get oily, which for me is my nose and T-zone in general, and really pressing it into those areas with a more empty brush under my eyes and setting the concealer, for example. If you have creasing or suffer of those things, this is a good thing to do, and on my chin. But it is a much more precise application compared to what I usually do if I use powder products, and that is because I don't want to apply cream products on powders, let's say. Even though the bronzer I use is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, and this one works well also on a powdered face, to be honest. I just saw Mel Thompson video on this, and apparently it has been reformulated and it is worse. Both of the oh, I have stuff in my hair. Both the formula and the color are different, and instead of taking the opportunity of doing more colors, they just changed it. And this is not my perfect bronzer color, but I do like it, and it's quite, I don't know, forgiving for, I think, quite a few skin tones. You can really build it up or leave it at a lower level, so a little bit more sheer. And I think it of course it doesn't work for very dark skin tones or very, very light skin tones, but the whole light to medium and medium plus, I think that it does cover. And it is quite warm, so the color could have been also with different undertones would have been better. But I am enjoying it and I like it and I'm happy I bought it. I bought it a year ago. We discussed it in my haul in retrospect for March, actually, that I bought it exactly a year ago, and I've been liking it. Now I realize the POW, so period after opening, is only 18 months. So in principle, in 6 months, I'll have to toss it or finish it, which neither of them is happening. So we'll see. For blush, I'm using something new to me, and that is the Honest Beauty Cream Cheek Blush in the shade Plum Berry, which is this super scary shade. But I bought it because I saw a nice, I don't know, a nice image from someone who was reviewing it. I think it was a magazine. I'm gonna take my foundation buffer brush and apply stippling the product on my chin initially, on my cheek, and see how it looks, and then I can always build up more. You can see that it's a nice, I don't know, natural but a bit cool toned flush, and it doesn't apply too much. It blends quite nicely, I see. I have already tried it on bare skin and with my finger, so this is the first time for me trying it on a foundation, and I like it. Oh, I like it very much, actually. Very pretty. So I'm gonna keep doing what I did on the other side. But I've been, like everybody else, I think I'm seeing everywhere quite the craze for cream blushers, and rightfully so. I think, especially with the good weather, we wear less makeup, we want to look more dewy, we want something that looks fresh with the season. I put too much on the side, but it seems to be blending out nicely. It does not seem to be lifting my foundation at all. So, and with whatever I have left, I will run it on my nose just a little bit to look like I was in the sun, which I'm not. There's sun outside. I might even go for a run today, maybe. I'm gonna finish my lower lash line with my pencil again on both sides, and then blending it out with my red eyeshadow from the Natasha Denona palette. For my inner corner, I'm tempted to use the last shade of this palette, but it is, I don't know, you see how it's kind of taupey, cool toned. I'm not in love with this shade. I don't know, it looks better swatched than in the pan. Okay, maybe I'll use that one in my inner corner then. And in case, I can layer on top the pink shade again, because I like that one. You see, this is not really great. I like that one better. I think the pink shade is one of the, or the best shade in this palette. So I'm gonna take my brush and apply that one actually. There you go. This is much more bright and interesting. I was about to forget highlighter. Who am I? I have this little mini of the Benefit What's Up, and this is the only stick highlighter I have, and I'm gonna apply it on my finger and then tap it on. I'm not a fan of cream highlighters too much, in the sense that I can use my Nabla skin glazing and they will give the same effect as a cream, but they last longer because they're a powder. So this is the only one I have, and I actually had to take it out of my declutter box. So I'm not necessarily one for cream highlighters, but I thought I'd use one for this video. And this is pretty enough. It's a bit more cool tone than I would like. I'll take my blush brush to blend the two together again, just a little bit. For mascara, I'm using my usual Lash Sensational primer and then the mascara. I don't usually show you this part, or my brows for that matter, but I thought today, for a change, I will. On my lips, I'm gonna apply one of the shades that were in my If I Only Could Keep 10. And this is Sultry Mauve. No, this is Stay Curious from MAC, the Powder Kiss lipsticks. And this way, by rubbing a little bit my fingers in it, I can also get like a little bit more of a diffused lip line. And I personally like it like this. It's very fresh, summery. The only thing that looks like real makeup is my eyeshadow, which I think, or like I enjoy doing, so I would never pare down my eyeshadow, but you could have gone just with the cream shadow, of course. So here is how I do cream makeup for oily skin. The center of my face is powder, but nothing else is. And I think it looks all very natural and very radiant, I would say. I don't know. I think my skin looks nice and not over powdered, which is the goal for this tutorial, or chit chat, get ready with me, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this and it helped you pass some time. I'm personally having a bit of a hard time following YouTube right now, just because I don't know, I'm working and focusing on work, or then my husband is home, so I'm not watching beauty YouTube on the TV. So I don't know, I'm watching a bit less YouTube. Let me know how about you, because I was thinking of increasing the number of videos that I was gonna film, because I have a bit of time and to organize my work so that I can have, for example, an hour break to film, and then I can continue working later when there's no more light, which is also, I like it better, because of course then I can take time to film more videos. If you want to see more videos from me, let me know. So far I've had a 3 videos a week schedule since January or December even already, and I've been enjoying that very much. Yeah, there's plenty of makeup to talk about, and it's always nice to just hang out with you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, and also how you are doing. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe and staying inside. Me and my grandma sweater, because this is like my, not even, this is my yoga, on top of yoga clothes sweater. But me and my sweater will say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.